What it is, what it is. We back. We back. We back. We back. Hit that like button. Yo, yo, these podcasts just allow people to get on that platform and just say anything. Like yo, it don't need gotta be no truth to it, man. And this is unrelated to what I was ready to talk about, you know. But I want to talk about this first. What's up, sunshine? G man, I gotta address 6ix9ine on Vlad, man. Hey, Vlad is sitting over here just letting 6ix9ine just talk and just say anything. So 6ix9ine is over there on Vlad talking about King Von and the day King Von was murdered. Right? I'm sure what he said.
Let me ask you a question about King Von.
Yeah.
When King Von got
killed. Can I put my glasses back on?
Go ahead. King Von gets 2020.
How?
He got
Where?
in Atlanta.
We was just there.
Yeah. By Lil Tim, who I interviewed.
And I posted where I was at. Then I posted, I said, yo, show. And we had mad fun.
Yeah.
So what happened? Explain to me how
he gets
But how?
by Quando Rondo's man, Lil Tim.
Oh, but Quando was with Lil Tim?
Yes.
Who was King Von with?
He had his entourage with him.
How many
Slutty, a few other people.
Like how many? Would you give or say?
Maybe about 5.
Yo, play the clip real quick. Yo, side by side, yo, DJ Vlad, side by side, the 5 people King Von was with. Right now, while this clip is playing, I want to play the clip, blur out for content.
Right.
I want to see the 5 people King Von was with. Because I don't know, I probably mistaken. I seen
There's
about like...
Track, who I interviewed his manager. There was Slutty, who got... Unfortunately, there was...
See,
So
Matt,
while he explaining this, there's going to be a side-by-side clip right here somewhere, or on this side, of King Von being only with 5 people. So side-by-side, during this edit, side-by-side, this side or this side, like 15, 20 people.
Okay.
But we trying to make them look good, right?
I could be mistaken. I don't know how many people.
All right, cool.
Right.
I want you to count 5, and then, you know how TMZ do the arrow, and they go like, ding, ding. I want this edit to do ding, 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 ding. It's 100. He got in front of everybody, all his mans ran on him.
Well, no. All his man's not run on him. I mean...
All his men, all right. On this edit, and this edit.
Old Block Louis pulled out...
This edit and this edit, when all his friends run on him, play DJ's Vlad's voice back, going like, no, not all his mans ran on him. No, not all his mans ran on him. No, and just keep replaying it when all his friends run on him. Everybody ran on him. Just keep playing it back. Like, no, DJ Vlad voice. No, not everybody ran on him.
Well, no, all his man's not run on him. All his man's not run on him. All his man's not run on him.
Not everybody ran on him. If I could play it right now,
I interviewed one of the dudes who did.
Everybody ran on him. I watched this.
Old Block Louis
on my birthday, I watched the video.
Pulled out and tried to. He gets the police.
Yo, bro.
yo, let me tell you something, right? All them people wasn't with King Von, man. like, oh, these niggas be so they be so damn stupid. Yo, whenever it's a fight raid happen, you can sense when it's a fight raid happen. It's always gonna be a gathering, a lot of spectators. So it may have appeared that all them people was with King Von, yo, but they wasn't. They wasn't. They was just over there and they seen him walking and decided to follow, man. But you got Vlad interviewing fucking King right over that bitch, pushing lies. Hey yo, Surf signed the snitch plea, bro. Ain't no they trying to get him. That's what he did. He signed the snitch plea, man. He signed the plea implicating his man while his man was still trying to fight. That's what he did. That's What he did, bro? He pulled a gunner. Pulled a gunner. Yo, but I just wanted to show that, yo, because 6ix9ine over there talking about he's speaking facts. It's all facts. Ain't no facts, nigga. Them boys wasn't all together. And when shots get to firing, people was gonna run. Like, the fuck you supposed to stand there? Like, what else you supposed to do when shots get to firing? Shut up, I'm fucking black him out. Then that's another thing too, y'all. Yeah, what the fuck? I lost my fucking black him out. What the fuck I do that black him out that fucking fast? This another thing too, right? When I'm sure I got one right here. That scene was real chaotic. For one, that was a chaotic scene, and yo, ain't nobody even know where the fuck them shots was coming from. Y'all gotta remember, yo. I think 5 people got shot that night. Yeah. HERSL did, man. Yeah. I was about to talk about that. Dirty cop. Daniel HERSL died in prison from motherfucking from cancer. He was 55. Yeah, how the fuck I use my black and mild that fucking fast, man? Just had that bitch in my mouth. What it is. Yeah, yo, he died in prison, yo. 55 years old. Remember he was trying to get out. Cause he said he was sick.
Bluetooth mode.
You say remember he was trying to get out. Cause he was saying he was sick. I think he had cancer or something. Let me see if I can pull it up. See if the news reported on it. Yeah, news report on it.
At FNB, we're not waiting for the future of banking. We're providing with the award-winning
Daniel HERSL, known for his role in Baltimore's disgraced gun trace task force, has died at the age of 55. He was sentenced to 18 years in prison in 2018 for abusing his power as an officer in one of the biggest corruption cases in the city's history. HERSL was released from prison in January after being diagnosed with terminal prostate cancer. The task force's goal was to go after drug dealers, but the group stole drugs to resell them, stole money, and planted evidence. The city of Baltimore has paid out millions of dollars in lawsuits related to the task force's actions. Before his death, HERSL issued a public apology saying that he was truly sorry for his conduct.
Where the fuck he wasn't? That bitch ass nigga wasn't sorry.
A bloody scene at a North Carolina hospital.
That boy wasn't sorry, man. That gun trace task force is vicious, man. Motherfuckers died behind their actions. Multiple people was killed behind the actions of them dirty motherfucking police. Lives was ruined. You know what I mean? Planting drugs on niggas, send niggas to jail for no reason other than a fucking vendetta or whatever the fuck reason they had. I didn't know he got released, so he did release him. I thought they denied his compassionate release. Whole time they did release his motherfucking ass. Whole time they did release him. But yeah, we gotta discuss these faceless YouTube pages, man. So we gotta discuss what's the comment that spoke out. Hold up, man. I fucking black him out. Got stuck in the filter. Supreme is back speaking. We gotta discuss these faceless YouTube pages. Yeah, y'all motherfucker died, y'all up the village. I did a video on it. Y'all the bitch stealing people money. They owe people. They shorty go to the plug. He ain't got the money. He telling nigga the police took it. Motherfucker ain't try to hear that shit. Yo lost his life for that shit. Nigga up the heights lost his life too. On Pimlico. Fuck around with them dirty ass police. Yo, but Supreme speaking. Man, Supreme's back. So Gerald Prince Miller started a YouTube page. Only got 2 videos. Only got 1 video uploaded.
Supreme McGriff. He's here to talk about his documentary, The Supreme. What's up, people? I'm Gerald Prince Miller, and this platform was created to give a voice to the voiceless and to shed light on the justices and constitutional violations that continue to occur across America. Our first interview is my uncle, Kenneth Supreme McGriff. He's here to talk about his documentary, The Supreme Truth, which exposes the conspiracy behind his federal trial where his rights were violated and he was targeted with trumped up, no pun intended, charges. Pray, before we get into the details of the case and the documentary itself, how does it finally feel to have people listening to what you've been saying about the RICO charge and the government's misuse of it?
It is amazing how easily people will accept a lie without proof. But you can't offer proof without both sides of the story. Only half a story equates to a lie. Whatever happened to intellectual curiosity? Don't people want to learn something so that what happened to me doesn't happen to you or someone you love?
Yeah.
This RICO shit is real and dirty. They use it for anything and anybody. Teachers, businesses, domestic violence, record labels, and even the President of the United States. It is the most misused and abused statute in the criminal justice.
Yo, I've been saying the same thing. RICO. What I've been telling y'all about that RICO charge, y'all? It's a dirty charge, yo, because you don't really have to prove much. You can just lump a whole bunch of crimes together and say, look, this is a criminal organization. Look how they did YSL. You know what I mean? They said Thug was the leader of that shit. Them boys wasn't moving it. All them crimes that was committed wasn't committed on behalf of no motherfucking Young Thug. That shit was committed on behalf of them niggas being broke. Fucked up. Stressed out.
System. All they have to do is prove a RICO organization exists. They just need people to say it exists. Or, as in my case, get a habitual liar, a known perjurer like Terrence Terrell. And you can just make up a RICO organization out of thin air. The crazy thing is, I never met Terrence Terrell and don't know who this nigga is.
Yo, what I tell y'all? Yo, I hope y'all be listening to me, man. I told you they will make a witness, yo. You don't even gotta know the nigga. See, what people just think I just be over there just I don't know what people be thinking, yo. I hope y'all be listening. Especially people that don't know. A lot of us over here know, because we from Baltimore, you know what I mean? We know how these people operate. But a lot of people that come over here, they don't be knowing. When I say shit like, yo, they'll make a witness, yo. You don't even know the nigga. Motherfucker be thinking I just be talking. Nah, fuck no. They will do that. Don't know him, never met him. He'd be the star witness in the case. I'm trying to tell you, yo, these bitches dirty, man. He be the star witness in the case. Trying to send everybody to prison. Whole time you ain't never seen a nigga day in your life.
But they won't allow me the chance to prove it. My point is, say what you will about
This call is from a federal prison.
Diddy's case was not a RICO, but the judge still asked if he wanted to testify. The judge in my nephew Prince's case asked if he wanted to testify. Yet, my right to testify was waived by my dithering, inept, court-appointed attorney, David Runke. Without my knowledge or consent, he refused to put me on the stand, which is unconstitutional. They would not allow me to testify because had I took the stand and told the jury I never met the star witness, that this whole case was made up by William Courtney, Terrence Terrell, and Carolyn Picorni. There was never a McGriff RICO enterprise. And if I never met him, it's impossible to be guilty of what he said. Sounds inconceivable, right? Well, I speak truth. This is some serious shit. I'm accusing them of criminal acts. William Courtney, Terrence Terrell, and Carolyn Picorni. But they will never say a word because then I get to prove it. And they can't allow that because the truth comes out. Watch the documentary, The Supreme Truth, out on Vimeo, October 15th. Shout out to Mike Tyson, who helped me to get my story out, my truth out to the world. It took 10 years to make it from prison. By lending his name to the documentary as one of the executive producers, he trusted me and never hesitated to help me at my lowest point. That's some real shit and rare these days. And I would never betray that trust with a lie. Thanks, Mike. Doc is out October 15th on Vimeo.
Tell me, do you happen to know how your RICO case ended up in federal court and not state court?
Because if you just say that I committed a murder because a nigga raped my sister or because a nigga killed my friend, that's none of the Fed's business. That's a state case. But now, if you can take that situation and you can orchestrate it to where you put it underneath a RICO enterprise, a drug dealing organization, then now it's the Fed's business. Now you can say, all right, so this explains the methods and the tactics of the federal government. Because they wanted me, and the only way to be involved in this case is to say that the crimes were an element of a RICO enterprise. that all this was done in furtherance of me maintaining my reputation and my position in this fake organization. Let me explain this. How they do it is because if you had a real criminal organization, you do have to maintain. You got to keep your image up. If you're the head of if you're the head of Supreme Team, like back in the '80s, and somebody did something, yes, of course you have to respond, or you got to just retire because you can't allow somebody to do something to you and get it because then everybody would do it. I mean, that's a simple premise. Their only problem is it never existed. It did not exist. They made it up in order to be able to prosecute it. So that's why they did it. That's their expertise, to stretch, to exaggerate, to make something that is not. They do that. They do that all the time. People.
Yeah, I told y'all, yo. They do that all the time. They doing it with Dirk right now. Yo, and they pushing fake paperwork on Dirk. That paperwork that Trenches News posted talking about OTF members kill FBG Cash, yo, that shit is not in no paperwork. It's not in no paperwork. But that's the feds playing a federal game. Trenches News is still a federal agent. Keep telling y'all, motherfuckers be watching yo and shit. He's still a federal agent, man. Still working. They put out paperwork which allows YouTubers and the federal bloggers to now manipulate the work and push false narratives. That's what's going on right now, yo. It's been going on for a while. And it'd be crazy how I be telling y'all these things. Wait until I get into the Faceless YouTube pages that got exposed. I've been telling y'all about them Faceless pages. Yo, you don't know who run them. Wait till you find out who running some of them bitches. It's gonna shock you. It ain't shocked me.
People don't understand how the historian Howard Zinn said, the first thing people have to learn is that the government lies all the time. This is nothing unusual. This is what they do to accomplish their goals. And people have to understand, this is like the order of the day, man. This is just doing business.
Yeah.
That's why the prosecution and my lawyers and all the government people, they couldn't understand why I would risk my life or offer my life to testify, knowing that if what I said was not true, I would be put to death. So in their minds, they can't understand why I'm insisting upon the reason why in my mind is different than in their mind is because I have no fear of a lie. Why would I fear a lie if I don't fear the truth? So if I know the truth and I get on his stand and tell this jury, this whole case is bullshit. It's BS because I don't even know this nigga. So how can I be trying to maintain a position in an organization that does not exist? I don't even know this. This dude made up this chart with all these people, and I don't even know this motherfucker.
Are you referring to the main informant in your case, Terrence Terrell?
They got arrested on another case, a home invasion. And in the home invasion, they killed a man, a 70-something-year-old man, and he started making up stories. He had to get up out of that. He lied to the guys he got arrested with, testified against them, he perjured himself in their trial, and then he made up a story about me. And then he testified and perjured himself in my trial. That guy testified and perjured himself in about 3 or 4 different trials.
Damn.
And the government knew this guy was lying the whole time. But they needed him. So they put him on the stand in a trial where they looked to kill a man. They
did that in Diddy case too with the girl Mia. When she said she got hung over the balcony. They knew that was a lie. Still put her on the stand. Still allowed her to testify. They did it with Diddy with fuck that boy name is Kid Cudi. Allowed Joe to testify to some shit that he didn't even know if it was true or not. This is why their conviction rate is so high, y'all. It's not because they're good at their job. It's because they fucking lie. This shit I've been saying for months now. Now you got Preem, who went through it. He echoing the same sentiments.
They put a known perjurer on the stand, knowing this guy didn't know. If I know Terrence Terrell, then I'm guilty and I should be put to death. No questions about it. But if I don't know him, if I never met him, That means everything he said during that trial was a lie. In a capital death penalty trial where they sought to kill me with a lie.
You as a lawyer know when someone testified in your own defense.
It was an unguarded moment between attorneys. It's an example of the distinct Rumpke states in his own words, after 50 of witnessing how a system works, said, most of the jurors are racist and favor the government. That's a fact. This is the unspoken truth.
Yeah, I know.
No one will admit on record.
Yeah, I know he was on. I didn't know they let him out. I thought his motion for compassionate release got denied.
But everyone knows it to be true. Look at this email in Rumpke's own words. Documents don't lie. The jurors in my trial believed I was actively trying to locate and kill someone. If a defendant is going to trial, he must take the stand. Otherwise, he will never get a fit trial or another chance to speak his truth, as was the case with me. Once you testify, they cannot prevent the truth from getting out. If you're not going to testify, why even bother going to trial without a defense? Especially in a death penalty trial where they seek to kill you with a lie. That's why it's called testifying in your own defense. Here's why David Rumpke is an unscrupulous scoundrel. He knew from day one I strongly wanted and needed to testify. Not only did he stop me and waive my right, he told the attorney, Bruce Liebesman, there was no way he was putting me on the stand. Look at Bruce's affidavit. This sworn affidavit from a lawyer, Bruce Liebesman, and the email from Rumpke's own office to Robert Simmels, asking Simmels to stop me. Along with the guy's sworn affidavit, stating he never introduced me and Terrence Terrell. Along with my sworn affidavit that I don't know and never met the star witness, Terrence Terrell, proves without a doubt my constitutional right to testify was violated, proving both ineffective counsel and prejudice, which makes my conviction unconstitutional and illegal.
This is a stupid question, but I have to ask it. Did the government actually prove that you knew Terrence Terrell?
I mean, they say there's no such thing as a stupid question, but to me that's a stupid question because how do you put it? If you was to come to me and say, how do I prove that I don't know Ginobili Mandarin? Yeah, how do I, what you mean, how the fuck do I prove that? I don't know. Who the fuck says they don't know somebody that you know the government can easily prove that you know? I couldn't say I don't know Billy Guy. I can't say I don't know Irv Gotti. I can't say I don't know Ja Rule. I can't say I don't know BJ. I can't say I don't know Michael Payton, who's doing this film, because there's proof evidence that I know them. So it's not the question of how do I prove I don't know Terrence Terrell. The question is, how does the government prove that I know Terrence Terrell? Because you're the one who hired this guy as your witness. He's not my witness. Even though my proof is the sworn affidavit, the guy who he says introduced me was Billy Guy. I got a sworn affidavit from Billy Guy proving that he never introduced me. And then my testimony, that I never met him. I wouldn't say I don't know him or I never met him if I did. Because I don't know what the federal government might have a picture of me. So that's my proof that I don't know him, is that I'm saying I don't know him. The guy who he said introduced me says he don't know him. Ask every one of them people on that chart, 8 people. Go and get them and ask them if I know him. That's how you prove I don't know him. Any question pertaining to Terrence Terrell is a stupid question because he does not exist to me. I don't know him. I never met him. I never saw him. I never spoke to him. I've never been around him. So any question pertaining to Terrence is stupid because there's no way for me to prove that a person who I don't know him. Again, if you say, how do I know Ginobili Maximum? How do I prove I don't know? And who the fuck is that? So any question pertaining to terrorist surveillance is a stupid question. Even though I can prove it. Because Billy Guy is the guy he said introduced us. I'm saying I don't know him. And the chart that he made has 8 people on it. Those 8 people were part of the organization. Let's find out from them if they ever been in a room with me and terrorist surveillance. So it's pretty simple. When you use common sense, it's pretty simple. That's how you prove I don't know terrorist surveillance. You ask the people involved. Everybody involved will be subject to perjury under oath. So that's how you find out. You take those witnesses and you put them on under oath and you bring them in for question. But the government never did that. They never called Billy Guy and never called none of the 8 people on that chart. That's how you find out. The government has to do their job. They have to vet the witnesses. You don't just let somebody come in and say he knows somebody and was working with them for almost 2 years, selling kilos of heroin and dope. And the guy who he's talking about says I never saw him before.
Okay, Pray, let me ask you another question. I seen Officer William Courtney doing interviews on the internet, clearly talking nonsense. He keeps bringing up these alleged tapes from your trial. Explain to everybody the significance of those tapes and what he's trying to say and the reality of what really happened and what took place.
Courtney's the police. The police don't know shit unless a nigga in the street tell them. Courtney didn't know what he was talking about. I'm trying to be tough and I gotta prove that I can't let these niggas get away with this. Courtney thinks he knows what he's talking about. The only thing he knows is ghetto gossip and street rumors. That's what he's repeating. Now, as far as the supposedly murder surveillance tape, like they keep saying that I had somebody film these dudes for 3 days at his hangout on his block, at his location. And before he died, I told them to cut the tape off right before he got murdered. Or some stupid shit like that. Like, the person that was making that tape was a crackhead that was in her window just playing with a fucking camera. Because I don't need no fucking tape in order to know where somebody's at. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that whole tape, they kept trying to make it like that tape was mine. The fingerprint expert in trial testified that she couldn't remember which tape she got my fingerprint off. But all the tapes in that box was mini DVs, very small tapes. And there was only one 8mm tape, and that was supposed to be the surveillance tape. Now, if there was only one of a kind 8mm surveillance tape in there, and that was the murder tape, how could the fingerprint expert forget the one of a kind item? She would say, well, I know it's this one because it was the only one of its kind in the box. The reason why she couldn't discern where my fingerprint came from, because it was on one of the 80 copies of mini DVs of the behind the scenes crime partner.
They snuck him through the back door, yo. Cause I remember when his competitive release came up, they was acting like they was gonna deny the bitch. Whole time he let him out on the low.
Tapes in there. So that was another lie saying that my fingerprint was found on the murder surveillance tape. It makes no sense. If you're an fingerprint expert, right? How the fuck do you forget the one-of-a-kind item in a box? This is what makes the government's case so nonsensical, because if she knew my fingerprint came off that murder surveillance tape, she would have testified in court. I am absolutely sure that his fingerprint was on the murder surveillance tape because it was the only one of its kind. I cannot forget that. I cannot mistake that. And so, but to save the government's case, she got on the stand and said that she couldn't recall where she got my fingerprint from, but it was from one of the tapes in the box. Oh, that's convenient. One of the tapes in the box, yeah. It was one of the 80 mini DVs, not the 8mm murder surveillance tape. Like, you have to ask the guys, but you can't ask them because they're dead. So I don't know how those tapes got inside that. I used to ride in cars, and I know I used to have my luggage and my bags in his car. So I don't know how my shit got inside that house. These are the 80 mini Ds. and this is the 1.8mm. How can you get confused when you got 80 trucks and you got one car?
So it sounds like praying got railroaded too.
Here's a game changer on how to make money on your own time. I recently just started driving with Uber, and these are 3 things that surprised me. First, I bet you didn't know.
But that's why you gotta question that paperwork that they be releasing, yo. The feds be lying, man. They able to get away with it. They're not. It's different from state. The feds be lying, and they get away with it, yo, every day in court. Every fucking day. Let's get back to Whack 100 talking to Benny.
A bloody scene at a North Carolina hospital.
Trying to clear his name. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new.
Interact. Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Was it business or was it just...
No, no business. I didn't know. I never did business no more with him. There was no business. None.
Now,
So y'all didn't...
Now, Whack 100 is trying to paint a narrative. Let's go back some. It's trying to paint a narrative that Cream just hating. You know, me out the weed, out the got to the music industry and he ain't send Cream no money. So Cream just hating on him, man. That's why he called him a rat. But what's Whack 100 interest? What is Whack 100 interest in this situation? Only thing I can think of is he an agent too. He's just trying to clear one of his buddies. And if Bimmy is a Fed agent, this feeds into the narrative that I've been telling y'all for the last couple days about how the Feds infiltrated hip hop. And a lot of these guys that been around is fucking working. Look at Snoop. What's up, Kay? That nigga Snoop just got on a platform earlier and was talking about he all for 2 fathers raising children. Like yo, come on, bro. Why you ain't say that shit in the 90s, nigga? If that's how you truly felt, you could have said it in the early 2000s. Then you could have said that shit last year. Why it take you so long to say that shit, bitch? Suck ass niggas. You better start holding these niggas accountable, y'all. They way too influential, yo, for people not to be holding them accountable, man. For real. Stop letting we gotta stop letting these people shape our narrative. The people is way stronger than what we think. You know what I mean? Keep letting these sellouts and these puppets shape the narrative of the culture or shape public opinion. You got Snoop Dogg up that bitch read a statement written. Yo was reading a statement. That wasn't his original thoughts. And you couldn't pay me to say no shit like that. I don't give a fuck you people. They got me $10 million now. And I would not get on nobody's news or nobody's platform and be like, you know, I'm all for some shit that I ain't for. But Snoop would, because he's a bitch. Nigga do any motherfucking thing. But hit that like button.
Just in control. Yeah.
Okay, so you and Justice in control while he's doing the time operating under the Supreme Team banner, right?
Yeah, I'm going to visit him, all that. Visit him, bring him stuff, do all type of stuff. Me, for years. I'm doing that.
Okay. So when did he go to jail on his last indictment?
Like 25 years ago, the murdering thing.
Murdering thing. So let's say 2000 or whatever, 99, whatever. So 85 to 95, Supreme's doing this time. You and Just are in control in the streets. You guys operating up on the Supreme Team banner, and y'all doing whatever y'all doing. Your communication with him.
No, not 95, not White, not 95. I stopped hustling in 92. Okay. I wasn't hustling.
When did he come home?
He came home in, I think, 92. 92 or 90,
My number 98. Was it
yeah, right, like 90, 91, something like that. 90, 91, 92.
Issues with you and Supreme when he came home off this bid that he called 85 that he's saying you a CIO? Was it any issue?
Nah, it was no issue. None. I had no issue with him.
So then 8 years go by and he's doing his thing, whatever, in and out, whatever he's doing, no issues. And then now, 25 years into the bid, this is the first time you're hearing on social media out of Supreme's mouth that you are a CI, or did you hear it prior to?
No, this is the first time I heard it from his mouth. First time.
Got you. So was there any obligations you was asked to fulfill since he's been in there this last 25?
I was asked, you know, he was told to tell them niggas, yo, Ben ain't give me no money since I've been here. Like you tell niggas that I ain't giving him paper since he's been in jail. It's been like that.
Okay, is there any truth to that?
Confidence is not a mindset. It's an achievement. In the GMC Sierra.
Okay, is it?
Yo, people just don't start calling people rats because they ain't sending them no money, yo. That's not how that goes, man. Yo, people just don't start calling people rats because they ain't sending them no money. Nah. We ain't jacking that whack. Snitching ass.
Any truth to that?
There's truth to that. No, I haven't. Because I'm feeling like this. I didn't hustle too in 40 years, right? You said, whatever, 35, I ain't been in the street in 35. I'm an older man now, bro. I was 19, 20. Nigga.
So your hustle with him stopped in 92?
Yeah. No, way before then.
Well,
I wasn't hustling with him.
When he went in 85, you and Just, y'all had the streets, right? So how
we had the streets.
How much longer did y'all run? To 90, from 85 to 88, 89?
Yeah, like I know I had to stop hustling. You know what I'm saying? I had to stop hustling because I started doing music at the time. I stopped, not professionally, but I started just left the streets. Like I ain't fucking with shit. I was leaving it alone. You know what I'm saying? So I started really doing music for real, professionally. And then when I got on,
saying you ain't had no business dealings with him for 35 years.
Yeah. Longer than that.
So when he reached out to you, and where at in this joke, this last 25 years, did he reach out to you? When he first went to jail, well, Irv them had him then, right?
Yeah, Irv them had him.
So when did he reach out? In the last 10 years, maybe? Or when did he reach out to you?
Nah, he never reached out to me. He never reached out to me.
He just simply said what you wasn't doing.
What I wasn't doing.
So he felt like he was supposed to kind of, and I'm going to say it, I don't know how much older he is than you, but it seems to me like in the early 80s or whatever, you was moving with him, he was kind of the leader and y'all was following behind him. But since then, you transitioned to who you transitioned to, and you felt like him saying what he's saying was kind of little boy you. Like you know what you're supposed to do, but yet you ain't been part of his organization for 35 years.
That's a fact.
Yo, he is coaching the shit out y'all throughout this whole conversation. That just lets you know something ain't right with what. You got a man in this case calling him a rat, and you trying to coach the rat. You trying to coach the rat to trick the people into believing that no, he just upset. No, he ain't sent them no money. He just a little mad. Yeah, but that's not, your niggas don't call niggas rats for that. Unless they rats. You feel me? Niggas don't put them type of claims on people because you ain't sending them no money. A lot of people done been locked up. A lot of people, homeboys, ain't sending them no money. Niggas ain't just start calling them rats. Nah, whack. Nah, that's not reality, y'all.
That's a fact.
So these things that's coming out of his mouth, you feel is just an attack to slander your name because you didn't do what he felt you were supposed to do.
That's a fact.
Got you. So right now, I seen you put up a post, and you wish him the best of luck with this project, right? And I'm still sensing that you still, for some reason, have some kind of sense of loyalty to this individual, because I know when somebody's been around, it's always things to talk about, always things a person know. Whether it's about a female, whether you see something happen and then nobody else seen happen, somebody might have took something up, old something, and the same energy wasn't put out towards that individual as it was towards others. But you don't seem to even be motivated to do a back and forth with him. Is it out of fear? Is it out of respect? Or is it out of what is it?
It's not out of fear, right? And it's definitely out of respect, because I know the type of time where his mind state is where he at. And I know other individuals that plays a part in this that make him, yo, bro, you need money, you need to get money to the top. What we gonna do? We'll grab Bimmy, put his name in it, say this, that, and we can get him. I already know the love he has for me. My man talks to him all the time, tell me. You know what I'm saying? So I know the love he got for me, I know the love I got for him. I know the type of time we on right now. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. I gotta call a spade a spade.
Wait, you gave yourself a flu vaccine?
At your house?
How?
I know the love I got for him. I know the type of time we on right now. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. I gotta call a spade a spade.
Mm-hmm.
I think you thought what kind of love he had for you, because what just came out of that man's mouth is something you say about a op. You don't say that about family.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You get what I'm saying? I think at this point in time, you got to start keeping it real with yourself and who you are and who they are and how they see you and who you not to them. That man came out his mouth and said, Bimmy is a CI and been a rat for 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot say, regardless of who you talking to and what they telling you, I don't think you heard about a supreme mouth that he had love for you. Or you just hearing it second and third hand, bro.
Yeah, let me tell you something, right? I've known Supreme probably 4 or 5 years, bro. That's it. Through my life. 4 or 5 hustles in 4 or 5 years. I didn't been around like that. I was on 4 or 5 years. I come out of high school. My first case I ever had was fighting in school. I put this nigga in the hospital. Right? My man Dalu, my mom and my sister came to the precinct, came and got me. You know what I'm saying? I was fighting in high school and I put the nigga in the hospital. Right? And I got out. I was like, yo, I'm out. My man like, yo, be quiet, nigga. You ain't do no time. That was that. Right? That's the only case I had around this man until we all got caught together. And then we got caught together, and the case is open. You can see it. I got youth offended. Youth offended in New York. You give a year probation. They made me wash fucking church cars for damn near 6 months. I'm washing cars.
This wasn't the 85. This is what they gave you for the 85.
For the 85 case.
So you was a minor.
Yeah, I was a minor. I was youth offended. They gave me youth offended.
Yo, he say he got to go with 85 keys, yo, nigga. Come on, yo. Come on, Wack. The man got to go with 85 keys, and he did a year probation. Youth offender. 85 keys? Okay. And the height of the war on drugs? Alright.
Well, they didn't put none of the drugs, the guns, or whatever they may have found in that residence on you.
No, it was too many of us. They didn't want me. It was the older guys. They had records. They've been up north.
That's what the police told him. Man, look, we don't want you. Yeah, man, he's just echoing the police words. Yeah, we don't want you. We want the older guys. Give us the older guys, man. We let your bitch ass go. We let your bitch ass go, baby. Just give us the older guys. That's all we want.
They've been upstate. They've been in jail. I never had a record. I've never been arrested before. That's my first arrest.
Okay, so I remember you telling me I could be wrong with the numbers. You did like a...
Yo, my motherfucking first arrest, I got caught with a gun and some weed. I took a probation before judgment on the weed, and they put the gun charge on step. I got 6 months probation for that shit. You got caught with 85 keys and got a year probation? God damn. It's a hell of a deal to me. Shit.
2 to life or 2 to 5? 3 to life. 3 to life bid. What? My first arrest. Okay, so I remember you telling me, I could be wrong with the numbers. You did like a 2 to life or 2 to 5? 3 to life. 3 to life bid. What year was that? And what? That was 90. That was in.
So he got caught with 85 keys. Got a year probation. Then the next time he got caught, they gave him 3 years to life. And he only did 3 years on it. Come on, bro. You's a Fed agent, my nigga. Ain't nobody fucking stupid. You got whack dumbass trying to save him. Cause that's his rap buddy.
92, and I was a direct sale to a federal, not a federal, to an agent. This dude set me up with this chick. I went in her house. I did the sale. They said they need work. I came to work. I went to the projects, got the work, gave them work. Hold it, you hold that. We go back to the crib. They got it open. They said, how can we get more? So they busted shit down. They busted over in front of me. I'm like, nah, these niggas ain't right. So I said, yo, go to him. The nigga that originally called me. So I said, so I left that alone. You know what I mean? So,
okay, was that Supreme team work or you was operating on your own?
No, I was working on my own.
Got
Supreme been gone. I've been working on my own.
But I thought Supreme came home in 91, 92.
No, he didn't. He was still locked up. My friend was still locked up.
I mean, I'm just trying to get the timetable right because I hear he called 10 years in 85, so I'm thinking
he's still locked up. I was locked
he didn't
up.
come home till about 8-9 years.
Yeah, no, he was locked up when I was inside. I remember that because it was so
he called this 3 to life. Supreme was still doing the bid from the 85 case.
Nah, he been on from that. He did the bid from that. But when I got in, he was outside. He came out when I was inside.
Okay, so what I'm saying is when you caught that 3 to life, was Supreme on the streets or was he still in prison?
He was still in prison.
So you caught your time, and while you doing your time, he come home.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
So when you came home, was he still on the street?
I was the first one to ever join the military in my family. When I got out, I knew that I wanted to go.
Come home?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
So when you came home, was he still on the street?
Yes, he was on the street.
Did you guys have any interaction or you went your way?
No, I'll be honest, let me explain something to you. I'm going to tell you a story, right? I'm in jail. There was this chick named Lillian, right? I was fucking with her. She was my collect call. I call her. She would make all my calls for me to collect to the people. I call her. She would call other people for me, right? Whatever I talk to on the phone, girls, whatever. She goes out to the man problem one night. She sees Supreme outside, right? Supreme see her. He don't know her. She don't know him. He goes to do BJ and say, who that girl right there? He said, oh, that's Bimmy bitch, like that. Supreme being who he is, constantly, he goes to her. Right? He said, what's your name? He said, what you call her name? She said, you fucking Bimmy? Like that. And she said, who ain't fucking Bimmy? Right? So he liked that about her. Boom. Next thing, week later, I call her phone. She gets on the phone quiet. It's like, yo, why you so fucking quiet? What's up? She starts crying. Supreme. I said, Supreme, what's up? What happened? What's going on? She said, no, I'm you, him. I don't know what to do. Do what? I said, hold on, man. He come to your crib? He said, yeah. I said, yo, when he coming back? He said, today. I said, I'm going to call you back. And I said, make sure you're there. Boom. He gets on the phone with me. He said, yo, what's up, nigga? I said, what's up? I said, Supreme, I'm going to fucking this bitch. I said, don't stop my calls. Right? And he said, yo, I'm going to take care of the bill. I'll pay the bill. I'll take care of it. Just like that, man.
So he felt like Supreme wanted to shut down her talking to you. Yeah, he was in the jack, and so that so you talk.
He was a rat. What the fuck you mean? That's why he did that shit. He been thinking you was a rat. Motherfuckers just ain't never say it. You know, sometimes it be like that. Sometimes, you know, you gotta start exposing them niggas in real time. Keep letting the rats linger and shit.
To him while you was in there. He on the street, you on the street. Did y'all interact?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Was it business or was it just...
No, no business. I didn't know. I never did business no more with him. There was no business. None.
So y'all didn't hang out together. It's just
when we hung out. We hung out before. We hung out. Then you know, I just stopped. I just stopped coming around and stopped fucking around. I just chilled. I just like trying to get my life together.
Okay, so when he caught that case with Irv that case, right?
Yeah.
How many years had it been since you had already went your way and everybody was doing their own thing?
Shit, like 25. 25?
Not well, could have been long because he caught his case what, early 2000s?
No, he got his case 2000. Like I said, like
okay, you came home in 95, right?
Yeah. I started working at Def Jam in 97.
Okay, so it probably was only...
They bringing federal informants in the Def Jam.
About 3 years.
Yeah, about 3 years. I started Def Jam. I got a tattoo on my arm. I started Def Jam in 97.
So when you started at Def Jam and Supreme was trying to make his move into doing movies and fuck around with music, he didn't attempt to contact you to try to see what you had going on to plug it?
No, he didn't. He didn't.
Gotcha. So you was never mentioned their names in anything that had anything to do with his current case right now.
He wasn't fucking with him. He been speculating. He been thinking you've been a rat for years. Probably ain't find out till he caught the last case. That's what that sounds like to me. I don't know what it sounds like to y'all. What it sounds like to me is Crane been thinking yo was a rat. He just ain't know until he caught that last case. That's what the fuck that sounds like. That's why he was treating him like that. Blocking his phone calls and shit. Not fucking with him on no business. I don't know what it sounds like to y'all though. What's up, 700? Oh, we ready to finish listening to it. Then we gotta go to these Faceless YouTube pages. So we gotta go to the Faceless YouTube pages. Hit that like button, man. What's up, G, man? You know, Wack is a Fed agent, so he think he can't be touched. And he just trying to come in defense of one of his Fed agent buddies. You know the police look out for each other, man. That's all that is. What's up, Al? That's all that is, man. He trying to come in defense of one of his police buddies because he on a hot seat. Hey, man. Yeah, hell yeah. We ready to get into it. I'm ready to let this play. I've been wanting to hear what he had to say about this. Yeah, we ready to get into the Faceless YouTube pages. Y'all remember I've been telling y'all about them Instagram pages? I've been telling y'all for a while, be careful about them pages that you don't know who run them. All they post is propaganda and negative stuff about black people. That's all they post. And you got black people in the comments giving their real opinions on these situations. And whole time you don't know who behind it. It could be a Fed agent. It could be a motherfucker from Saudi Arabia. You don't know who behind them pages, man. Well, a lady is suing some of these pages, and she subpoenaed YouTube to get their IP addresses so they can reveal themselves. We're gonna check it out. Yeah, is we clear?
When too much work bogs you down, Asana helps you handle it. That's because Asana...
I think that Fed case got G Herbo scared. That's what I think.
Timeline says this. In 1985, Supreme, it was a raid. 2 different locations. You went to jail with Supreme for one location. The other location, 4 people went to jail. They didn't find nothing. They let all them go. Right? I'm guesstimating you start dealing with Supreme, what, 82, 83, 84?
No, 84. Ended like middle 84.
84. So you was dealing with Supreme a little over a year. You got busted. You a minor. Supreme got sentenced to the 10 years. They give you some probation or whatever you got to do, whatever you had to do as a minor. You do it. Supreme comes home 90. Well, before Supreme comes home, you catch a direct sale, 3 to life. While you're doing the 3 to life, Supreme comes home. He's on the street. You both.
Yo, why is Wack 100 glossing past that 3 to life? Yo, 3 to life? Come on now, yo. Like, if that don't scream rat, I don't know. Yo, nigga kill you in Baltimore, you catch that type, you catch that. You hear me? Yo, catching 3 to life alone will get you killed. You ain't had to tell nothing.
Comes home, you catch a direct sale, 3 to life. While you're doing the 3 to life, Supreme comes home. He's on the street. You both end up having dealings with the same female who was your little 3-way collect, call, connect. Supreme finds out, questions her, makes her feel a little uncomfortable. You call back, spoke to him, told him you don't care what he do with the broad, just don't kill your 3-way connect. He didn't kill that. You end up coming home. When you come home, y'all both on the street. Y'all hang out time to time. No business dealings, no street activity. You get the job at Def Jam 97 sometime. Supreme's doing whatever he's doing, whether he catch a violation, whether he's on the street. You have no dealings with what he's doing. 2000 or whatever the case may be, it could be a year or 2 off. He catches the case with Murder Inc. You're not named in the case. You had nothing to do with it. You and Preem wasn't doing no business, although you were in the Def Jam building. He was trying to conduct music and movie business. He never reached your way. And since then, you've been doing what you've been doing, and he's been doing time. And now all of a sudden, 40 years later from the date, he's naming you to be a CI. But nothing in the documentation supports that. That's the gist of this, right?
Yes.
All right, cool.
You said it.
Well, listen, Bimmy, I will tell you this. I read the paperwork. I don't see your name in the paperwork. I'm a little kind of confused on why it would take 40 years. I thought if he was going to deal with you about this, even if he wanted to wait because y'all was so close or maybe he knew your family, I think he would have dealt with this when he came home after you. When you came home after doing the light bid, right? He would have said something, dealt with it or whatever. Back in those days, people was dropping like flies for various reasons. Again, he's been in there, let's say, roughly 25 years on this joke, and we're just hearing about it. It's not like he was keeping this information because he had a board hearing, because right now he's still in there, and if he was going to get out, he would still have the same hearing, so we can eliminate that. So once again, I think it's the power using the tongue as a sword. I've been in this situation. Big, you did it to me on this turn in, said whacking 600 is the reason why I'm going. And then when this indictment paperwork come out, is everything in there but whacking 600, right? But
Yo,
the people, because of the pop.
These are 137 informants, y'all. We learned that about Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton was a 137 informant. A 137 informant doesn't appear in paperwork. 137 informant.
sure. Go ahead. Go ahead, Rich.
Why didn't you ever come knocking on my door and talk to me? You saw the 302s on me before, right? You know that I was an open book, cooperate. Why you never came and just said, hey, Reggie, I want to talk to you about these things.
You want me to answer?
You know, I knew.
Do you want me to answer? Hold on. Oh, Reggie, if that's your question, do you want me to honestly answer it?
Reggie's a 137 informant.
You sure? Because I'm trying to protect you from yourself here.
No, go ahead.
Okay. We did talk to you, Reggie, and it's documented, okay? This is what I'm trying to explain.
This is a federal informant talking to Reggie White. Right. Reggie White is trying to deny the fact that he's an informant. But this FBI agent, he wasn't Reggie Handler, but he was partners with Reggie Handler, is saying, Reggie, you fucking lying. I talked to you several times.
Yes. This is what I'm trying to explain to you, Reggie. Whether you remember things or don't remember things, I don't have control over. Okay? Yes, it's documented. Okay? Now, here's a good way. So I want to kind of segue out of this because I am trying to protect you. Okay? You understand that at the FBI, and I think this is probably a good way to end this part of the discussion.
Okay.
Back then, when I was working this case, there were two types of sources that the FBI had. They had the kind of source, we call them a 270 source. And that basically meant it was somebody that was trying to work off a beat, like they had been, arrested for drugs, or let's say they were in prison.
Which Kevin Hackey was. Make sure you let people know.
Slow down. No, slow down. I didn't say that. And a 270 source is somebody that's willing to testify. They're willing to get a break on whatever the situation they're caught up in, and to try to get a break, they're willing to testify. They have to testify, or we would not open them up as 70 source. Okay? Period. The other type of source is what we call the 137 source, and that's somebody that's not willing to testify, and we will never divulge their information, and we will never state whether they were an FBI source or not. And the reason for that is for a couple reasons. One, it's not only to protect the source, but two, it's to show sources out there that when the FBI gives their word, when they want somebody to cooperate, if that person is willing to cooperate, but they don't want anybody to know that they're cooperating, they don't want anybody to know the kind of information they're providing, or what the reasons are that they are providing the information and cooperating, that we will never divulge their name. That includes even in front of a judge. Okay? Now that's a pretty strong relationship that the FBI would have with what we call the 137 source back then. Okay? You understand that? You understand the distinctions between the two, right?
Okay, yeah, got you.
Okay. Let's just leave this right now then, that at first you didn't think that you'd ever met with me. And now you want to
say you was LJ partner.
Exactly.
LJ? If you was the LJ partner, then I agree that I met with you before.
Okay. You know what? For your own, Reggie, you got to trust me on this. For your own safety, let's just move on to something else, then, okay?
I'm not worried about it because it's obvious.
Well,
yeah.
It's for your own good. Anyways, right.
Anyway, okay.
I'm just saying, Reg, be careful, Reggie. When you and here's the thing, even if I did talk and said anything to you, I'm sure Greg Hayden's and them and all of them got that information, and so they have that information in their files. Let me tell you this right now. Okay. If I had a 137 source, not just for this Biggie case, but for all the other cases that I've worked, those documents would not get handed over to an LAPD officer. Period. Hold on. Okay. I just got done telling you we would not even provide that information to a judge. Okay? So there's certain now also when there's certain files are restricted. Okay? That doesn't mean that just anybody, that means any FBI agent even could go in and say, take a look at another FBI agent's case file. Period. It's a need-to-know basis.
You're under this assumption, and again, Reggie, this is where you keep making this mistake. You're assuming things that are just wrong. You're assuming that any FBI agent or anybody that's been deputized as an FBI agent is going to have access to all FBI cases. That is incorrect. Period. It is. Okay? So what I'm saying, it's probably in your best interest that we move on to something else. You can trust me or don't trust me. It's not, because you know what? It's no skin off my back. But I think we can now agree that, yes, you have met with me. Yes, you have talked with me. Yes, I've met with your father. Yes, I know what your background is. In fact, I mean, in some of these other interviews that you've done, you can say, like, Phil Carson doesn't know shit about me. I've never met the guy. That's wrong, isn't it?
This was the first that I hear that, and if you, I remember LJ, and if you said you was his partner, then I met with you.
Okay.
But he did have somebody with you.
Okay, we should probably, okay. I think we'll move on.
Yo, Bimmy was a 137 informant. WAC 100 is a 137 informant. Yo, our community has been intruded upon by informants, man. Yo, the FBI, and I've been telling y'all this for days now, tapped into hip-hop early on. They tapping into YouTube early on. Yo, a lot of these people are working with the government. It just is what it is, yo. It is what it is, man. Like, I don't know how much more I can show y'all for y'all to understand that. Like, yo, these people are working with the feds, man. They police. Police, man. Now, I've been telling y'all about these Faceless YouTube and Instagram pages for a while. And telling y'all that, yo, we don't know who the fuck run these pages. So it's a lady that's suing. And she got to the bottom of who the fuck is behind these pages. Check this shit out.
You let your guard down. But these were not U.S.-based creators. They were anonymous
So her name is Judge Faith. I'm gonna let her start in the beginning. She really get into it about the 10-minute mark.
Build a website you love.
But I'm gonna let her start in the beginning of what happened and how she came to exposing these pages. And remember, I told you all these pages are detrimental. They push nonsense, falsehoods, and they get thousands and millions of views because the numbers is being ran up. Y'all remember we had this conversation? Listen to this shit.
To see is not gossip. It's not YouTube drama, and it's not a celebrity story. This is an investigation. They hid behind fake accounts. For months, anonymous YouTube channels spread lies about my marriage, and those lies spread so far, Google published them as fact. This was not an accident. But once we pulled the first thread, everything unraveled. We discovered who was behind the attacks. We uncovered how they profit from lies, and we exposed why Black public figures are being targeted by fake news gossip channels online. Some of these people were in the U.S., some of them weren't even in the country, and every single one of them thought they would never be found. Today, we name them. This is the truth about the people who harassed and defamed my husband and I online, and why. So we launched an investigation. We got tremendous results, meaning we know every name, every person behind the anonymous accounts, and we're going to reveal who they are and talk about the justice we're seeking in this podcast today. You can hide only for so long, and in the end, truth and justice will prevail. A lot of people think that because of the anonymity that YouTube allows, they can just say and do whatever they want. And that's simply not true. People are entitled to their own opinions, but they are not entitled to their own facts. So we were able to get tremendous results in our investigation. That's why I asked Kenny to join me. Before I dive in, I want to say this. If anything we've been through can help someone else, and that's why we're being so public about our results, if our experience can serve as a blueprint for how to fight back against online defamation and harassment, then that's exactly why we're telling this story.
Let's go back to the beginning. How did all this start?
In April or May of this year, if you typed in our names in the largest search engine in the world, Google, it said that you and I were divorcing, that we were divorced already. It displayed headlines claiming that our marriage was over, citing these videos from anonymous YouTube creators as its source. Those same videos were being shared and amplified across multiple social media platforms.
Okay.
They were so specific with the allegations that they were making about us, and so specific about the divorce filings that they had access to, exclusive papers and judicial rulings, that a lot of people stopped and started paying attention. According to what they wrote, I'd filed papers, I've spoken publicly about moving on, navigating a blended family, starting a new chapter, and you and I, according to them, had said all of these really negative things about each other.
There's a whole mention that a judge had ruled from court documents, and it was all dressed up to look as official as possible.
And the real truth of the matter was, at that time, we were actually celebrating our 5th wedding anniversary. The problem with what Google was displaying was simple, Kenny. None of it was true.
Yeah. And the bigger problem was that it wasn't just like blogger gossip. It wasn't that anymore. It felt institutionalized. I mean, people weren't scrolling random comments. They were seeing it in black and white on Google. And most folks use Google as their quick source of truth. Absolutely, Google it, right? If Google says it, people believe it. I mean, being in the public eye comes with scrutiny. We understand that. And people are going to always have their opinions, and that's fine. But to have somebody lie on you, it's a whole different thing. You can't chase every rumor, though. But this time was different.
Because, you know, we've had people even lie on us before.
Oh, absolutely.
And we don't sue people every time somebody lies on us, right? In the past, before this kind of blew up, nothing that anyone has ever said has impacted our work, our happiness, our life, our marriage. And I truly believe what you put out comes back to you. This time, with Google getting involved and basically putting a stamp on those lies as the truth, we decided, okay, we got to go to Google. So what I did was I had my legal assistant look into it, because we don't Google ourselves. We're not online researching all of this stuff. And what we found, it really looked like a campaign. It was actually kind of shocking. It looked like a coordinated effort to make this lie as believable as possible. So we went to Google, who, of course, owns YouTube. I probably should have said that earlier. You're going to hear me refer to Google a lot.
Fish's News do it. I was just telling y'all that paperwork where it say OTF members kill FBG cast, that shit not real. It's not real. Yo, but it's bigger than just that. It's bigger than just that, y'all. You got a lot of these blog pages, anonymous pages. They all anonymous. And they push some of the most scandalous lies on people. And they get thousands and millions of views. It's so bad. The views that they're getting is taken away from the real content creators. That's you understand what I'm saying? So YouTube is promoting these pages that's pushing lies on black people. Meanwhile, pages like mine and others, we not getting the numbers. You understand? We not getting the numbers because they're giving the numbers to them. They're giving the views to them, but they all lies. And I've been telling y'all this for at least maybe 2 years now. It just so happened that these people did the work and they exposed some of these people.
We went to them and said, hey, you need to correct their record because we're happily married. We're not divorced. They have no papers. Them. And also, why are you letting this defamatory content about us being spread online unchecked? Yeah. It was about 35 videos dropped about this subject about us over the course of 30 days. Some videos, as many as 8 in one day, would be dropped about this, all repeating the same false
8
story.
in one day.
Google's initial response was hands off on whether the content was defamatory. They said, we don't decide that. But if you send us a legal document, a subpoena, because I said, what do? These people are anonymous, so we have to come to you. But they said, send us a subpoena, send us a legal document. We will comply. We will provide you with all of these uploaders identifying information, and then you can contact them directly, have a resolution with them directly. They were hands off about the truth, but displaying the lie as if it were a fact. So make that make sense.
Yeah, and that's a lot to put on someone who is really a victim of the circumstance.
So if a legal document is what we needed, then that's what we were going to do. And that's when I knew we couldn't stay silent. We couldn't let the world's largest search engine stamp a lie on our marriage and put its logo on it. And I was also just tired of watching all of this false content about
all these lies, man. 23,000 subscribers.
how people go unchecked online.
So suing isn't easy. It's not quick. It costs money. But for us, this was about principle. You know, protecting our family, our marriage, and the truth.
So the lawsuit started with one big problem.
I just want to show y'all what I be talking about, man, because a lot of people think I just be talking.
Anonymity. These YouTubers hid behind fake usernames and emails and locations. Legally, you can't sue a ghost. You need a name, an address, person.
If you was over here, we ain't never think that.
But to go through.
Yeah, we don't. We don't rep no Democratic Party. Yeah, we ain't never think that. We knew that because we read the paperwork on Diddy's situation. But you're right, they was pushing hella lies on Diddy. Hella lies. Diddy gonna sue the shit out of these people. Not these people, but
legislatively, Google is actually protected from lawsuits like this where they can't be held responsible for creators' content on the site. And I'll also say this, the day that YouTube decided anyone could monetize views was the day the race to the bottom began.
Well, but why is that? I mean,
because I want you to think about this. Gossip is more entertaining than the truth. Scandal sells. Being happily married doesn't get views. Creating controversy does.
It's a fact.
So anonymity plus money is the perfect storm for people who, with no character or integrity, who are willing to say anything. Here's the good news. Google did not fight us on the subpoena. We sent in the request, and in about 45 days, they produced everything we requested and notified the uploaders their identifying information would be turned over to us unless they objected in court. And so when that production arrived, for those who did not object, we received names, addresses, phone numbers, email addresses, and everything came into focus. These were not faceless nobodies. They were real individuals with families and careers who, from behind a screen, decided to try to tear ours apart. So let us walk you through how it all unfolded in this process. The first videos dropped April 5th and April 8th. They were from an account called Black Celeb News. That account published 2 videos about us, unbeknownst to us, narrated by a woman's voice. They racked up over 100,000 views and started being shared and spread across social media before we even knew about them. I'll now read to you from the complaint our attorney drafted about that account now that this person's identity has been revealed and they are now named as a defendant in our lawsuit. Since we're in litigation, I'll stick to what our attorney put in the complaint about this individual. Defendant Willie L. Laney Jr. is an individual residing in Gaithersburg, Maryland. On information and belief, Mr. Laney is a married business entrepreneur who markets himself as helping coaches, speakers, and authors obtain clients and build their online marketing brands.
But I tell you about them digital marketing firms. These digital marketers trying to take over YouTube and push real YouTubers out. How many times y'all heard me tell y'all that? How ironic he's a digital marketer.
A former lead coach at an affiliate at Learn Incorporated and a self-proclaimed digital creator. He operates the YouTube channel Black Celeb News, where he publishes content designed to attract viewers and generate advertising revenue. On or about April 5th and April 8th, 2025, he anonymously published 2 false and defamatory videos concerning plaintiffs, which, on information and belief, were narrated using an AI-generated female voice. In one, Mr. Laney used the video thumbnails to falsely quote Ms. Jenkins Lattimore, saying the fabricated statement about her husband, Kenny, he is on the DL. This is a phrase widely understood to mean that a man secretly engages in same-sex relationships while publicly presenting himself as heterosexual. This intentional fabrication portrayed Mr. Lattimore as dishonest and unfaithful, and portrayed Ms. Jenkins Lattimore as disparaging her husband with a denigrating falsehood. In the same video, Mr. Laney further fabricated and falsely claimed that Mr. Lattimore stated about his wife, "I don't love her," and asserted that Ms. Jenkins Lattimore was losing it as red flags surfaced in their marriage. Mr. Laney's first video was nearly 20 minutes long and was devoted almost entirely to making disparaging comments about virtually every aspect of Ms. Jenkins Lattimore's personal and professional life. He criticized her career, her marriage, her decision to have a child with her husband, her net worth, which he inaccurately stated, and her character in a manner that was not only false but obsessive and calculated. This extended targeted attack went far beyond casual commentary or fair criticism.
Talking about right now.
Fixation on Ms. Jenkins.
Right now, you know how I've been talking about these faceless YouTube pages and how they're a danger to the community. She exposed some of them, and I've been telling y'all about the Instagram pages and the drill music pages and the content that they produce is detrimental. Remember, I always tell y'all how them drill music pages is the ones that's pushing drill music. So you have a drill rapper that got 500 followers, or make one of them pages, and then their video go viral, and it leads them to believe that they're getting on. But in reality, all they're gonna do is go to prison or get killed. These pages are a problem, man. They push lies.
Jenkins Lattimore that was unusual, malicious, and designed to damage her reputation while profiting from sensationalism. 3 days later, in a second video, Mr. Laney falsely presented his content as Mr. Lattimore's response to Ms. Jenkins Lattimore. He fabricated additional claims that Kenny's secret could destroy their marriage, that Mr. Lattimore was issuing cryptic marital warnings about life with faith, and that Mr. Lattimore was speaking about a divorce. As a self-proclaimed business strategist and digital creator, Mr. Laney understood how to exploit YouTube's algorithm by publishing sensational, scandal-based content and monetizing viewer engagement.
Once those videos dropped, the others just kind of came like dominoes. I mean, day after day, channel after channel. They recycled each other's lies, added details to sound as convincing as possible. And then
remember what I was talking about, what Ray J said about a lie. Yo, some of these lies are put together so well you can't even refute them. And a lie spreads faster than the truth. And remember how I always tell y'all, when they put out some of these lies, like, yo, it's like I said, if you let a lie linger long enough, it becomes the truth. You gotta refute them. You can't allow them to just go on for days and days and days and don't say nothing. That's how black on black crime became a thing. A lie was presented, and it became the truth. Now you got the whole world talking about black on black crime, black. You understand what I'm saying? Yo, you gotta refute the lies, man. So when people say, well, if you don't like it, why you speak on it? Because if you don't speak on some of these things, people start believing it. Like Charleston White snitching. If we snitch, we're gonna fix the community. People really believe that today. People really believe, yo, that snitching is the way to fix the black community. Not resources, not money, not jobs, but fucking snitching. You know what I mean? Idiotic, y'all.
Dozens of videos. There was so much of it that people believed it. People reached out. Fans sending DMs, some supportive, some angry. You know, some were just curious. Even people who knew us started to check in on us. And that's how powerful a coordinated lie can be.
It'd be crazy. The last couple days, a lot of things that I've been telling y'all has been being shown.
We found the source of how it all started, Black Celeb News, Willie L. Laney Jr. We looked into the other accounts that basically took this salacious commentary and ran with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What shocked me the most was that it wasn't just who they were, it was who they pretended to be. You know, hiding behind names like Black Tea or Urban Gossip, posing as insiders from our community. Mm-hmm. But, you know, when we looked a lot closer, it really were nowhere near the culture that they were profiting off of.
Look. How many times I told y'all that? Look. Nothing but disrespectful shit about black people. It's all they post. She's running a coat. Never let him out. I have all the receipts. Motherfuckers in Pakistan, man. Come on, y'all. Look, and if you just go to some of them videos, people be down that bitch commenting. Yo, this page is from fucking Pakistan. Look at some of the shit that they was putting out. Let's go back again. Vanessa Knowles died. He's embarrassing. Shit is crazy, y'all. I've been trying to tell y'all this for like a year now.
These next attackers were different. They weren't just copying lies. They were running an operation.
Remember, I just said this a couple weeks ago. Like, yo, we need them anonymous pages. They need to be made to go live, man. At least twice a month. We need to see you, man. Who the fuck are you? Yo, cause they be pushing damaging content, detrimental content. You know, I don't even like that content word, but for this video, we're gonna use it. It's detrimental.
To generate profit from lies and attacks on black public figures, and it doesn't even start in the U.S. NBC News reported on this problem in 2024. They found YouTube channels pumping out fake stories about black celebrities, fabricating scandals, using fake thumbnails, distorting their images, and those videos racked up millions of views. But what NBC didn't uncover was who was behind these channels. Now, we know. In our case, not all of the attackers were in the U.S.
And they probably, and they run multiple channels. They run multiple channels. Like, these people that she mentioning probably run 7 channels apiece.
Channels that spread lies about Kenny and I were run by people outside this country. People who pretended to be based in America so they could blend into conversations in our culture and avoid accountability. They didn't want you to know that because a so-called black celebrity news channel hits different when you think it's coming from a member of the community.
Exactly.
The goal is to gain your trust. You let your guard down. But these were not U.S.-based creators. They were anonymous operators using fake identities and fake locations, people who build entire YouTube channels on lies, not journalism, not commentary, lies scripted for profit.
Yeah.
And here's what shocked us. This has been allowed to go on for years.
Yeah.
Somewhere along the way, these uploaders decided that black people were easy targets, that you could lie about us, profit from us, and nobody in power would care to stop it.
Yeah.
That ends today.
I was the first one to ever join the military in my family.
Y'all think I don't know why y'all think I don't know what I be talking about, man. Yo, I'm very attentive. I pay attention, man. Y'all know I've been saying, how long have I been telling y'all this? I ain't even need no proof. It's obvious to me. Like, I don't know. It might not be obvious to everybody else. But this should be obvious to me, man.
We'll show you exactly.
Maybe because I'm on YouTube and I'm a content creator. So I see how things be working. But I've been saying this shit for at least a year now. I'm glad they did the work, man. Salute to them, man.
Who they are and where they operated from in this video. Why are they so brazen, you might ask? There's a reason. They know they're operating outside of the U.S. They know YouTube and Google are protected under U.S. Law Section 230, which means the platform can't be held liable for what creators post.
Wow.
They know that makes them hard to reach legally because they're out of the country. They think that means they can't be touched. So they feel untouchable. They feel protected. They feel free to try to destroy lives from behind the screen. But exposure changes everything. Look at how this group of channels...
Look, what I tell you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One's a system that turns out Look, he run all these pages. I told y'all, yo. He run all them pages. This whoever this guy is, coming from Pakistan. And motherfuckers watch that shit and support it and share it. Meanwhile, real content creators ain't getting nowhere near these numbers.
Owned and operated by the same person, amplified Willie Laney's lies. These videos didn't appear randomly. They were released in sequence. Look at the pattern and malicious intent by which they operated. This is coordinated amplification, and the goal is always one thing: make the lie go viral. Get people to start writing the celebrity, get their attention, get them to respond and feed the algorithm. Once they pull you into it, they profit from the chaos.
Wow.
And here's what exposes their operation for what it truly is, not commentary but coordination. When we filed suit, the owner of this group of channels who publicly claimed to be US based was not in the United States at all. Yet instead of revealing who they really were, they quietly hired a California-based attorney to defend them in this lawsuit. Think about that. Someone posing as an American celebrity news gossip channel overseas suddenly retained U.S. legal counsel. That doesn't happen unless there's a real business behind the lies, one worth protecting. We reached a legal settlement with this operator, but as of this recording, they have not completed all of their settlement obligations. So let me be clear. They are still under legal scrutiny. Their compliance is being enforced, and their final outcome is still to be determined. They built their platform on deception, fake identity, fake location, fake stories to manipulate audiences and profit from chaos.
So it makes you wonder who's really behind it. You try to tell y'all, man. FBI, CIA. Like, yo, I keep trying to tell y'all, man.
Accountability has reached their door. Then there are the accounts that we are not in settlement talks with, and they are named in our lawsuit. Here they are. Nazir Rao claims to be based in the U.S., runs the channel Star News, targets black U.S. celebs and public figures with misinformation. He's actually based in Pakistan. Dinar Minglalamov runs the channel Black Tea, claims to be based in the United States, targets black celebs and public figures with denigrating content. He's based in Russia. Kunjamal Jayan, official Vault Videos, claims to be based in the United States, targets black public figures and celebs with defamatory content. He's based in India.
Damn.
Imran Igra runs the channel Celeb News, claims to be based in the United States, targets black celebrities with misinformation and also black public figures. He is actually based in Pakistan.
Damn.
Mohammed Shabazz Haider runs the channel Celebrity Star Talks, claims to be based in the United States, a gossip channel with negative content about U.S. black celebrities. Mohammed is based in Pakistan. Sunny Duvall claims to be based in the United States, runs the channel Mukan Music, targets black celebrities with negative commentary, actually based in Pakistan. Muhammad Islam runs the channel We Got Celeb, claims to be based in the United States, targets black public figures and celebs with negative and denigrating content. Muhammad is actually based in Pakistan.
Disrespectful, yeah.
This doesn't happen by accident. It happens because YouTube allows it to happen. This entire abuse pipeline...
It just shows you, y'all, how they view the black community. Yo, we don't have no structure. We just allow people to just do whatever. We support whatever. We question nothing. And these motherfuckers is making fucking probably hundreds of thousands of dollars yearly. Speaking on black people that they don't know nothing about. They're not connected to the culture. And we support that shit. She a judge.
only works because YouTube gives anonymous and foreign
You
operating
already know,
channels the
man.
ability to lie about where they are and who they are and still get paid for it. And that has to change. YouTube doesn't need a task force. It doesn't need a 5-year study. It doesn't need another statement. It needs to implement policy, and it needs to do it now. So here are simple, immediate solutions YouTube could implement today to protect people from exactly what happened to us.
They need to start making them go live, man.
One, require regional disclosure. If a creator is not located in the country they claim, they must disclose their region. No more fake Atlanta-based gossip channels operating from Russia. If a channel wants to speak on U.S. public figures while pretending to be U.S.-based, the audience deserves to know the truth. 2, verified identity for monetization. If a channel wants to make money on YouTube, verify who owns it. Not a screen name, not a VPN location.
See, yo, but they don't want to do this, yo, because it's bigger than what she thinking. YouTube is complicit in this. You understand what I'm saying? Yo, this would be great, and this would help a lot. Yo, but I don't think they're interested in doing this.
Or business entity on file. Next, label synthetic and manipulated content. If a video uses AI voices, fake or manipulated photos and thumbnails, or synthetic visuals, label it up front. Viewers deserve to know when the voice they're hearing isn't real. Stop ranking anonymous defamation in Google's search engine. No unverified channel should outrank the truth in Google search.
Facts.
If the channel is not verified, meaning there's no real person, no real identity on file, it should not dominate search results about real people. That
Facts.
is basic safety and basic integrity. And tracking and penalties for repeat defamation. Channels that repeatedly publish provenly false claims should receive defamation strikes and lose monetization privileges. Folks, these are not radical demands. These are common sense protections that YouTube could deploy right now if they wanted to. The question is no longer, can they do something? They can. The question is, will they?
No.
And if they won't, it's time for the public, the press, Congress, and the courts. We must start asking why. Now that we know the truth, we are not backing down. We are pushing for real accountability for every channel involved in this case. Stay tuned.
No, they don't want to do it because it's doing it to black people, yo. That's how it makes their money, yo. Everybody makes their money off demonizing black people. But we allow it. We support it. You know what I mean? We support this shit. I've been telling y'all, I'm so glad she did this, y'all. Because I don't know how many of y'all be believing me. But I've been saying this shit for a while now. I know a lot of people that found my page heard me say this about these faceless pages. You don't know where they from, who they are. And if you go to their video, I just talked about a couple days ago. You go to their videos, it's all detrimental. All detrimental. Black people killing each other. Black people dissing each other. You don't know who run these pages. And we support them motherfuckers, man. We support them. We post real comments. Damn, that's fucked up. They should have did this. Like, yo, you don't know who the fuck run this. I could be the fucking CIA. Yo, this bitch commenting your real feelings and shit. I'm glad she did this. Salute to her, man. Salute to their family, man. Hope, hope all is well over there, yo. But I'm glad she did this. This video should go viral. It's at like 18K. This video should be at a fucking million. But YouTube ain't gonna push it. Somebody, hey, brother, was this you that sent this to me? I would have never seen it if somebody ain't sent it to me. And I know the reason they sent it to me because I know I've been telling y'all this for maybe 2 years. I know at least a year I've been telling y'all, yo, these pages, I'm telling you, pay attention to what's going on. It's a lot of YouTube pages popping up. They stealing views. They pushing nonsense. They pushing up. All right, boss. So you sent it to me. So yeah, appreciate that ball out. They pushing nonsense, man. Pay attention to what's going on. They trying to push real YouTubers out. They trying to push real content creators out, and they bringing this in. YouTube is complicit. They complicit. You understand? They don't want to share the money, or they rather them get paid. And they all pushing propaganda on black people. That's what they doing. Meanwhile, black people that's speaking on black people We struggling to get 300,000-400,000 views on a video. But them videos, them AI videos that people coming from Pakistan and India and Russia and it's way bigger than that. Wait till you find out that some of these pages ran by the FBI. Wait till you find that out. You know what I mean? Wait till you find out that your favorite YouTuber is a fucking FBI agent, man. I'm trying to tell y'all better start listening to me, man. Y'all better start listening to me. I told y'all, yo, they tapped into YouTube early on. Edward Snowden talked about it. I showed y'all the videos. I showed y'all the proof. They tapped into social media early on, man. And the only way you can combat the independent speaker is if you bring in compromised speakers. It's like, it's common sense. Only way you can't stop the independent speaker. This is the way the media is going. The only way we can combat that is to bring our guys in and push our guys to the top while pushing them down. That's the game, yo. It's the game. That's why you wonder why certain people is here, certain people is there, but this person is way better at what they doing than this person. It's because, yo, maybe this person might be compromised and that person is working with the system and this person is really organic. That's how that shit works. Yo, but I gotta get up early in the morning. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all share this live. It's another day of QBG News, and I'm out.